The NBA wasted no time embracing chaos, determined to match the excitement of March Madness from the very beginning. The madness kicked off with OG Anunoby hitting an incredible game-winning shot, setting the stage for a season filled with unpredictable moments, stunning upsets, and jaw-dropping performances. From buzzer beaters to overtime thrillers and unexpected breakout players, every game felt like a high-stakes battle, keeping fans on the edge of their seats. The league, famous for its dramatic twists, leaned into the unpredictability, proving that professional basketball could deliver just as much energy and excitement as the college tournament. With each game, the chaos only intensified, making it clear that the NBA had fully embraced the mayhem, ensuring every night was packed with unforgettable moments and electrifying acts.
Down to 7 seconds. Runs it. Anunoby from 3. It's good! OG Anunoby!
His expression was a perfect blend of discomfort and reluctance, reminiscent of the look we all had as kids when our moms insisted on taking family pictures. We were forced to smile while silently wishing it would end. You could almost see the effort in his eyes, the faint grimace disguised as a grin, and the frustration of someone eager to just get through it as quickly as possible. It was a universally relatable struggle, standing stiffly, forcing a smile. That felt anything but natural, hoping that one picture...
Just hit a game-winning basket. Why you gotta look like that? Okay, all right, go ahead. Answer Kitty's question.
During the game, Kevin Durant took a brief moment to connect with a fan sitting on the bench, creating a wholesome interaction that stood out amidst the intensity of the match. It was a simple yet meaningful exchange that highlighted the human side of the sport, reminding everyone that even...
You is my favorite childhood player. My favorite childhood player, man.
As expected, Dillon Brooks found himself in yet another altercation, this time with DeMar DeRozan. It almost seemed like a script repeating itself whenever Brooks hit the court, known for his fiery, no-holds-barred style of play and love for trash-talking. Brooks had earned a reputation as one of the NBA's most controversial players. And just like that, another player found himself in Brooks's crosshairs. DeRozan, a seasoned veteran known for his calm demeanor, skillful scoring, and leadership. On the surface, the two seemed like polar opposites, Brooks with his brash attitude and DeRozan with his smooth, composed play style. Yet, as often happens in the NBA, their personalities collided in the heat of the game, leading to yet another chapter in Dillon Brooks' ongoing legacy of stirring up chaos on the court. Brooks had been no stranger to controversy, whether it was trash-talking superstars, getting into physical confrontations, or making headlines for his antics. His aggressive style of play and willingness to operate with an edge made him a frequent target for criticism. But despite the negative attention, Brooks thrived in these confrontations, embracing his role as the villain. His fiery attitude and disregard for conventional sportsmanship often rubbed opponents the wrong way, making him a constant source of drama. His previous clashes with stars like LeBron James had already cemented his reputation as a player who thrived on conflict, and this latest beef with DeRozan only reinforced that image. In contrast, DeRozan had always been seen as one of the more level-headed players in the league. Focused on his craft, scoring efficiently, leading his teams with poise, and staying out of the drama, he had earned the respect of his peers for maintaining a cool demeanor. His calm, composed style of play made him an unlikely target for someone like Brooks. However, given the intensity of the game, it seemed almost inevitable that these two contrasting personalities would clash. As the two squared off, it was no longer just about the game. It became a test of wills, a challenge to see who could maintain composure in the face of constant provocation. The confrontation quickly escalated into a typical Dillon Brooks drama: pushes, taunts, and verbal jabs. DeRozan, usually the calm one, found himself reluctantly drawn into the drama. Though he wasn't incapable of standing his ground, the situation forced him to defend himself against someone who was all too eager to provoke. What started as a simple play on the court transformed into a full-blown mental battle. Brooks, the ultimate agitator, thrived in the tension, while DeRozan, ever composed, tried to ignore the noise and stay focused on the game. But even DeRozan had his limits, and eventually he responded in kind. The back and forth between the two became the focal point of the game.
We got some muck action here. We got Dillon Brooks. We got DeMar DeRozan again. It happened last year with Chicago. It's happening again.
In a game already filled with electrifying plays and jaw-dropping moments, Steph Curry did something so rare it felt akin to the arrival of Halley's Comet. Known for his unparalleled shooting ability, deadly range, and revolutionary impact on the game, Curry had always been the face of perimeter play, the king of three-pointers. His name was synonymous with shooting from anywhere on the court, and his skills from beyond the arc had made him a global icon. However, throughout his entire career, one element of his game had remained almost entirely absent: his ability to dunk. Standing at 6'2", Curry wasn't known for his vertical leap, and his game had never relied on powerful finishes at the rim, like some of his NBA counterparts. While fans marveled at his deep three-pointers and slick ball handling, they rarely had the chance to witness him soar to the basket and throw down a dunk. That all changed in one unforgettable moment that would have fans talking for years. Steph Curry dunked a basketball, but it wasn't just any dunk. It wasn't a breakaway, uncontested flush or a simple layup barely elevated enough to qualify as a dunk. No, Curry's dunk was special, unexpected, spontaneous, and something almost nobody saw coming. On a fast break, after a series of swift moves and a burst of speed, Curry found himself at the rim. The crowd held its breath. For a brief moment, it looked like he might pass or pull up for another one of his signature deep threes. But instead, Curry shocked everyone, including the defenders, by rising above the rim and finishing with a dunk. The arena erupted in shock and excitement. It was as if the basketball gods themselves had aligned to give fans a moment that felt out of place in Curry's usual highlight reel of deep threes and dazzling dribbling. To those who had followed his career closely, it was a reminder that even the most established players can still surprise, even after all the accolades and championships. This dunk wasn't just a random occurrence. It was the result of years of hard work and dedication to improving his all-around game. While Curry had made his name as the most dangerous shooter in the league, he had quietly worked on his conditioning and athleticism to finish at the rim when necessary. Although overpowering opponents in the paint was never his strength, Curry's ability to change pace, use his agility, and create space had always made him dangerous near the basket. The rarity of Curry's dunk is part of what made it such a memorable moment. In the NBA, there are certain events that stand out not because they happen regularly, but because they break the norm. For example, when a player like LeBron James, known for his monstrous dunks, catches a lob and slams it down, it's not surprising. But when someone like Curry, whose game has always been about finesse, shooting, and playmaking, rises up and dunks, it's a completely different story. It's the basketball equivalent of witnessing a rare celestial event like Halley's Comet, which only passes by Earth once in a lifetime. Fans knew they were witnessing something unique, something unlikely to happen again anytime soon, if ever. It wasn't just the dunk itself that stood out. It was the
Curry sneaking down court, and Curry with the dunk. Take a picture. Steph even pointed at the bench with a little smile on his face as Curry with the slam.